We're live. Okay. We're in here.
Look at Cody with his nice haircut
Mm.
and his going to the gym. Oh, the life of a single man.
Why is this not? There we go. Okay, I am going to make this not 5,000p or whatever's normally set up because my computer won't love that. Let's just do that.
Let's open that up. Better League. Pause it. Strictly for chat. Oh, we're live, huh? Sorry.
Oh, yes, sir. We're live. We're here.
Just talking to myself. No big deal.
All right, I'm going to try to get this.
Some old man rumblings.
Right?
Synced up. Try to get this synced up one more time. Whew, boy, this side. I might be on the struggle bus here. I might get a lot of buffering. There we go. Okay. Are you getting any audio through Cody's stream or now?
Not yet.
Okay, good. I was worrying it was a me issue.
He doesn't look like. Oh, he has his mic on his. He probably has his mic off though.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what he did last time. Was he had his face cam on, but his mic was off, so we just got to see him yell at himself and not actually hear it. You're all good, Dan. No need to apologize. While people get in here, hello, I'm back. You've heard my voice a lot if you've been following along with these BLN streams, but I'm here one more time. It is a really, really interesting matchup here. This will decide the other spot in the NFC Championship game. Obviously, you have the 4 seed Dan's Minnesota Vikings, the 1 seed Cody's LA Rams, his first playoff game of this season. I'm joined by Cam and Taint. How's it going, y'all?
Good.
It's good. It's going good. Just got home from work, so.
Yes, absolutely love to hear it. I'll start with you, Cam, and then Taint, you can give your thoughts on the game as well. But like, what are you generally? What are you expecting from this game? And then what's your prediction? Who do you think comes out on top?
I'm expecting a close game, hard fought. I know earlier in the season these two played and it should have been a tie, but Cody kicked it was like a 65-yard field goal to win it.
With a punter.
So with a puncher, yes. So I mean, I expect another close down to the wire game where special teams will probably be the difference in it.
Absolutely, and then we're also joined by Taint. What are you expecting from this one?
I feel like this is Cody's safe place, the playoffs. I feel like Dan's gonna push a little bit, and I think that comfort that Cody has in these big games is gonna set him over the top in this game today.
Hero Austin putting it well in the chat, saying, what a booth. I mean, what a collection of announcing talent we have here. And it's going to be Minnesota starting with the ball. Now, LA does have the number 1 ranked defense in almost every category. Number 1 in terms of yards given up, number 1 points given up, number 1 passing yards given up. Now, how much of that has to do with their with the division they play against, with their schedule? You can debate that amongst yourselves. But as far as Dan goes here, Calamon and company, what do you think his offensive keys to the game are to win?
I think with Dan's offensive keys are just ignore the pressure, let Kellen Mond be Kellen Mond, because he can start forcing passes, and that's where he kind of falls apart in some of these big games. So if he just kind of stays cool and calm, I think he can put yards up on this Rams defense. It's just don't let one mistake turn into 12.
I think we're going to see a good performance out of Dan, and that Taint will get to you as well here in a minute. We have a 3rd and 7 here, already the first third down. He gets trapped on the D-line, but takes away the angle route. Calamon steps up and throws it up the seam, and that is the deep threat. J.C. Burns, 95 speed, had to use all of it to get to that one. Big completion by Calamon.
That's like kind of Dan's go-to, is kind of get J.C. Burns out over the top, and then Cody took away the drag route, which was probably his first read, but then J.C. Burns just fast enough there. I don't think there's anybody really that fast on this Rams defense.
I'm not sure there is either. We have Dalvin Cook taking it on the dump off all the way to the 4-yard line. Yeah, this isn't the fastest secondary in the world. The Vikings actually have a far faster secondary than the Rams do, but what the Rams have is just that pure skill. Jalen Ramsey, White over there on the outside as well. You've got a bunch of just pure talent here, and I think what they lack in speed, they make up for is Dalvin Cook. Easy touchdown for the Vikings to start things off.
I think that's going to come into Dan's favor is running the ball, because I think Cody's going to sell out to stop the pass, because, I mean, that's what Dan likes to do. Just the same thing as Austin. They're both pass-happy users, so I think if Dan can get Dalvin Cook going, I think Dan can dictate the flow of the game.
It was also interesting, Cody right there just completely stacked the box, and Dan just said, I'm just going to run in the box. No problem.
He stacked him in the box, but it was a very strange kind of alignment. It was a very tight formation, and he went with a power row and honestly just had the blocking to the outside. Was able to steal the edge very nicely. So now we'll see what Tua Tagovailoa and company are able to do. One of the most efficient quarterbacks, one of the most efficient offenses in the league, although Cam would have something to say about that running game. As he may take a deep shot, he does not. Instead, he rolls out. Tagovailoa has room. He will get the first down and then slide down. Good early pocket awareness there by Cody.
And hey, that's now more rushing yards that he has than he had against me in an entire game.
Buffalo Bills putting clamps on him, the Michigan Bills, if you will. We have a deuce close concept here. He will take the stretch. Cam Akers gets laid out by the Vikings there, and you got to watch again. No rain, no snow, but the fumbles will come anyway, so that's tough. And I'll ask you real quick, Cam, what do you think Cody's offensive keys to the game are to win this one?
If he can get the run game going, I think for both these users, the run game is probably going to be the most important. With that scramble with Tua right there, that kind of set up to where Dan now has to kind of watch Tua, can't just send 3 each time. So it kind of gives Cody a little bit more time in the pocket.
We have Front Man Finn with the subscription saying BL and stand up. Yes, sir, Finn. You absolutely love to see that energy out of you. Thank you so much for the subscription. Cam Akers with his second rush there on the outside takes it for a gain of 4. And going back to that previous play where he was able to convert the first down, a little bit lucky, honestly, that the DB didn't animate. Harris just kind of like jumped over the DB, if anything, and was able to get an uncontested catch. That was kind of a strange one, and I'd be a little hot if I were Dan, honestly, but we'll see what he's able to do. Sends a lot of heat. 5-man rush goes to the quick corner route. Will Bishop be able to hit the edge? 1 man to beat. Gone. Touchdown, Rams.
And does Tua have Gunslinger?
Yes, he does.
That's kind of where Gunslinger comes into play on that out route right there. If it's like any other quarterback, that kind of gets a little bit more lofted, and that defensive back's able to make at least a tackle rather than having to kind of adjust on the fly in the open field right there. And it is what it is with Gunslinger. You see how effective it is here in the playoffs with people. So
big. Go ahead.
He was also out on an island one-on-one on an out route, and that was just. He had good odds to make that play. So well done by Cody. Saw the one-on-one, didn't look any other direction, and just hit him.
Yeah, had a lot of one-on-ones, honestly. 5-man rush, which is always an interesting strategy. Blitzing these elite passing users, as we will have again more play action. I don't see anyone initially. He may end up taking another deep shot. He will not. May end up waiting for one of those guys to come back. Will he have it? Kellen Mond instead takes off, and you gotta watch those hits there. Smartly slides down, second short.
I think you're going to see a lot of that is just some uncontested pockets. And you saw Dan bring a blitz, but I think for the most part, Cody and Dan are just going to send 3 men at the quarterback and just hope their defensive backs can stay with the receivers for as long as they can.
Yeah, that really does feel like the move to me, especially with how, questionable man blitzes are, how questionable man coverage is in this Madden. Like, send 3, send 4, like you said, and then just, pray that your guy makes a mistake, pray that he makes a stop. Had the flats wide open, didn't go to it. Instead, he will go to the other side there. Dalvin Cook, toe drag swag, first down. And, we were expecting, a pretty elite passing performance from both users. I think that's what we're getting so far. And it really does feel like whoever gets the first stop is going to have real good odds to win this game.
Yeah, I feel like they're both just hoping that Madden comes through and gives these guys some block sheds and gets some sacks here and there.
Absolutely, four-man rush once again. He will drop back. He's going to have the corner wide open, ends up going to it. This is, once again, the deep threat. Burns, one man to beat, tried to dead-like him, did not. Takes it all the way to the 24-yard line. And, yeah, Cody, I think, is saying that was his fault. That was wide the hell open. I think all of us could have made that read.
Yeah, I mean, on that one, with cover 3 match, the slot guy that's supposed to be covering that turns into man coverage on the slot receiver right there and just vacates his zone. So not much you can do unless you user that player.
Little Bob's concept here. Gotta watch the seam shot he does. Really nice usering and a fumble by Kellermond, and Levy picks it up. Does the big boy have the speed being chased down by offensive lineman, loses his stamina, and now you just gotta worry about fumbling. Takes it to the 10. Wow,
That's me
massive
playing
play.
basketball.
Yeah. After one fast break, you're just like, ooh, timeout. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like one of those things where it's like, with EA, it's like you've never seen a defensive lineman just get halfway down the field like at a full sprint, and then all of a sudden I'm just gonna start jogging now.
Cam Akers with a whole bunch of heart ends up taking it to the 4, and yeah, that is, it's not great, you know. It's a weird Madden trope, if you will, where like you said, once you lose stamina, they just get like, they start running a 7-0 flat 40. It's like really weird. But second goal here at the 4. I mean, if LA is able to put 7 on the board here at this point, it really becomes already kind of like a clock management thing where you try to get the ball, you know, either with the tie or the chance to take a multi-possession lead at halftime. Because remember, Cody will get the ball to start the second, as that is nothing doing. Although Akers able to fall forward, really nice animation there for Cody.
Yeah, and I think that's like one of the strong suits of this Rams team, rather than the Vikings team, is he can plow forward with those offensive linemen. He's got the big, bulky offensive lineman. You see 2 superstars there on the line that kind of help him with that.
Fullback dive, easy walk-in, touchdown Rams.
Yeah, and I mean, they just bullied the Vikings up front and just opened up a wide open hole for him. So, I mean, you got to look at the interior of that Rams offensive line is going to push around the Vikings defensive line.
And also, first turnover led to 7 points. Madden 22, you know, that's basically what defense is. It's about big mistakes and getting points off of them because nothing else really works.
Absolutely. I mean, like Tahuti said, you know, it's a cliche, but it's about scores and stops. Like, that really is the entire game. And, yeah, Cody able to get the first, I would say, big breaker. I mean, break makes it sound like it was luck. It wasn't luck, but he gets the first big momentum shift of the game. And now we will see just how Minnesota has to respond. Because, really, my opinion, they have to put 7 on the board here, or else they're going to be in a huge deficit, given how effective Cody is. As he will drop back, may have briefly had the out route open, didn't go to it, instead goes to the dump off, and Cody reacting just like I did. That seemed a wee bit risky.
Yeah, I mean, that one I thought was going to be intercepted the way that defensive back broke on the ball, but just able to get it on the body enough.
And just out of curiosity, is my stream behind either of yours? Like, are we good timing-wise?
You're ahead of me. I have to keep refreshing.
Okay, sounds good. As he will drop back once again. No one open. Good user, and Calmon throws it away. Early 3rd and long here. This feels like a massive play for Dan's chances. If he's not able to pick this up, we're talking about, you know, Cody potentially able to take a multi-possession lead. And again, remember, he gets the ball to start the second half. This, again, feels like the biggest play of the game to me, you know, because if it's 4th and 10, I really don't think he could go for it from back here. But, you know, knowing Dan, he might anyway. We'll have to see as he takes user away with Burgess and going to the drag route. Will he get the first down? He does not. Big tackle. Will we see him go for it here? He does not go hurry up, which surprised me a little bit. But I think we may see Dan be aggressive here early on in this game.
I mean, down by 7 in this game where I don't think the defenses will get many stops, you got to start going for it. You got to be aggressive early.
Comes out 5 wide, which I'm not sure if I love, but he will drop back. 4-man rush gets picked up, has Cora wide open instead, takes a seam shot to Burns once again. The second time that play is hit, and Burns is really just carrying this passing game. I thought he had the curl open, but Dan was looking downfield, and that is a big play to end the first quarter.
Another play where speed is king with Burns. I mean, yes. Anybody who's just a touch slower, the defensive backs are collapsing on that one, so.
Absolutely, and once again, another 4-man rush. He will drop back, goes immediately to the flat. This is Burns once again, his 4th catch of the day. Calamon, 8 for 10, 170. We really, I mean, we saw one questionable read there when he went to the flats early in that drive, but other than that, Dan looks locked in. It's just, that one strip sack has been kind of the deciding factor so far. We'll see what he's able to do here once again. Trips to the left. I'd watch the RPO here for sure, as he will instead go straight up inside zone. Dalvin Cook, really one of the first times I've seen him all game. 3 rushes, 10 yards.
All right, I'm fighting the puppy right now. She wants to pull the bed apart.
Now, oh my goodness. Now when the field gets a bit more compressed like this is really where it gets interesting defensively. What do you try to do? What areas of the field do you try to take away if you're Cody? I'm always real interested to see what people's, red zone defenses are, because this feels like the one place on the field where you gotta stop. Intercepted as he double tapped A, and Baker says, get off me. That is a brutal break for these Minnesota Vikings. And something tells me if LA wins that game, that may be what we hear about from the damn post-game interview. I'm probably behind y'all now, so I'm going to refresh my stream. My goodness, y'all. Have you been talking? Because I haven't been able to hear you this whole time.
I have not.
Okay,
there you go.
I just sat back down.
I see, yeah, counter to the right there. I don't, if you're going to run a counter, it has to be to the left, my guys, but he takes it for a gain of 9 anyway. Good play call. Now, yeah, I mean, especially if LA is able to run a lot of time down here on this drive, like this is... it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Dan already, it feels like, but we'll see what he's able to do here again. 2nd and 1. Kind of a mesh concept there with a wheel route coming to the left side as Tua Tagovailoa takes off. May have had X briefly. Instead, slides down. Smart play. First down. Rams.
I mean, my one argument to that for the counter has to be run to the left. I mean, it makes sense for a right-handed quarterback, but since Tua's left-handed, I think going to the right's a little bit more advantageous.
Yeah, you might be right about that. I didn't even think about that, Y'all just know I love my counters to the left. That's all I'm saying. But
oh, yeah.
He will drop back. I don't see anyone open. Tua is going to have intentional grounding, not even close to breaking outside the tackle. And you're going to need all of that here if you're Dan with how locked in Cody's looking.
Yeah, I mean, that just might be the break Dan needs on this drive, is just a penalty, kind of like a boneheaded, didn't quite get far enough out, and kind of capitalize on that. 2nd and 23, keep him at 3rd and long, and I think Dan has the speed on defense to stop a 3rd and long.
Absolutely.
Yes. This is a huge part of the game right here for Dan.
Yeah, Dan's secondary far, far faster as that read option gets bagged up. Now it's going to be 3rd in the country mile here, 3rd and 25, but... yeah, Dan's secondary is far, far faster than Cody's wide receiving core. So this is the one situation where, like, you're not really worried about a deep bomb. It's just, will those late breaking corners hit? Will something like that hit? Because if not, you should be okay here if you're Dan. Let me not kiss a death him, though. I mean, if he gives this up, I mean, yikes. That's really all I have to say is he will drop back. May end up having X open. He goes to it. Oh, my God. At 26. Oh. Okay, 4th and inches.
You finish him right here. Cody, not even going to second guess this.
Absolutely, go for this all day. Go for the kill shot here early in the first half. That's tough. I really thought that was first down, but
we're not a bunch of Jessies.
I might almost. He has the RPO wide open, easy blocking, easy first down. Tries to spin. Oh my God, he ends up getting loose. Oh my Lord, Kendrick's just able to wrap him up, but way too easy there for Cody. As we have 5 gifted subs by Chase. Big shout out to you, my lover, to Lucky, to King, to Justin, to Austin. I mean, to both Austins, so there we go. Shout out to you, Chase.
Thanks, Chase.
That's a Madden 17 brother right there as my stream briefly refreshes, so I may be a little bit behind you now. I'll get it fixed after this play. He does drop back as he goes to the corner route once again. It's wide open. This is the tight end, DeGuara. Didn't see the full name there, but that's going to be a big 1st and 10, first down to 12.
And I think at this point, Cody's kind of realizing these corner routes, these long crossers are going to come open against Dan's defense, especially with Gunslinger on that corner route. I mean, it's hard to stop it even without Gunslinger, so...
any timing route with Gunslinger against off coverage is just so lethal. I thought he had better blocking than that. Instead, A.J. Brown, with I believe his first touch of the day, going to go down there on that touch pass. 2nd and 9, and man, yeah, I mean... if you're Dan, obviously you had the strip sack, you had the unfortunate interception where you double tapped A. Neither of those necessarily like 100% your fault, but that's the situation you find yourself in. And now like we've been saying all game, you're in a hole here against Cody, against the number 1 seeded Rams. And it'll be even more of a hole if he puts 7 on the board here once again. And I'm letting all this time run down here if I'm LA, especially with one more potential first down to get. He will hand this off. This is Cam Akers. Not a ton of room there. The D-line shows up in a big way there. Daniil Hunter with the hit.
And I mean, if Cody can get 3 yards a run, I think that really sets him up well. I mean, not 3 yards on a 2nd and 10, but like a 1st and 10, you get 3 yards. You set up a 2nd and medium. I think that's going to kind of put more pressure on Dan because it still leaves the playbook wide open for Cody. So it's not like he's forced to run certain packages and plays. I mean, as long as he's kept in 2nd and mediums, 3rd and shorts, Cody kind of will control this game.
Absolutely, as we're going to have my absolute favorite play call in the history of humanity here. A counter to the left, and will it work? Cam Akers just unable to get the first down, and decision time here. 4th and 1. Do y'all go for this here?
I am a big believer of 10-point leads. If I can get an early 10-point lead, I am taking a 10-point lead, because for some reason, when you have that double-digit lead, I feel like your opponent starts pressing.
You do guarantee... you go ahead.
Coming out, and I mean, a lot of people who have played against me in Madden for how long I've been in Madden City or here in Better League, it's, I like coming out in field goal and then fake field goals.
Oh my lord, a succulent spin and a touchdown, Cody!
So, I mean, that's what I usually do is I'll come out, line up in a field goal. If I get the formation I like, I will run a fake. But, I mean, you have the 2 superstar linemen, X Factor Cam Akers, just pound it right up the gut.
Yeah, I'm Gina Jesse. Sorry.
I'm honestly a little surprised that Cody went for that. He's usually one of the more conservative, I would say, elite members of the league in terms of, game management. I honestly expected him to take that field goal, but, like I said, 10-point lead is great. 14-point lead's even better. Now, LA, unless something wild happens here, you're guaranteeing yourself a touchdown lead and the ball to start the second half. Got to be feeling pretty good if you're Cody right now. And then on the other side, if you're Dan, it really feels like if you're not able to score a touchdown here, like that may already be it with how Cody's playing. Like that feels really, really debilitating for your chances. But got plenty of time here as Kellenman will drop back, has cross wide open, instead throws it away and a little bit jittery in the pocket there. I know there was some pressure, but seemed like he rolled out immediately.
Yeah, I mean, the rollout was okay. It's just if he had held on to the ball rather than throwing it away, he had that crosser coming wide open there for a big play to Burns.
He might be a little shook as he goes immediately to the dump off. This is Dalvin Cook spins in. Got to watch those hit sticks as well as, Cody's saying that the time is going to keep running here. 7-second run off and a no huddle again, 1st and 10. He will do some more play action. Dalvin Cook not even being sent on a route. Will he take the post shot? He does! Burns again! Oh! My God, keeping Dan in this game.
This is just, I think this turns into the J.C. Burns show out of the slot now. I mean, Cody hasn't made an adjustment to put somebody faster in the slot just to cover him. That I think Cody's focusing on Jefferson, but Burns is the one getting him each time down the field.
At halftime, I'm moving Jalen Ramsey to slot receiver. He will be offside. Seam shot! Drops it, but it's not going to matter. That will be half the distance there. Holland's offsides. And I don't understand those random offsides calls. Madden, it seems just like preordained.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things they do just to, we are calling penalties.
So don't get how he dropped that. It got past the secondary there, right into his hands. It just dropped it.
Yeah, very strange there. Now, 54 seconds. Obviously, if you're LA, start calling timeouts. Every play is the inside stuff gets through there. Joseph Day, I believe, with the tackle, and now, just like I said, LA calling timeout. And man, like I said, you have to put 7 on the board here. I don't even think a field goal is an option for you if you're Minnesota.
Yeah, at this point, it's a touchdown or nothing each drive. You can't settle for field goals at any point the rest of this game.
Absolutely. Interesting user decision there is going to user Burgess, which I kind of like. Try to take away that slot read early on. Again, 2nd and goal. Kellenman making some adjustments. This will be a handoff. Surprising play call, but Dalvin Cook breaks. Big touchdown, Minnesota.
Yeah, that's one of the things with 3 down linemen in the red zone. I've noticed it the most. I mean, playing against King and his running attack. If you have 3 down linemen in the red zone, you're not stopping the run.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you've got your user all the way out there now. Taint, I do have to ask. You're going to get the ball at halftime. 46 seconds left. 2 timeouts. You have Tua. You have all these guys. How aggressive are you being here if you're Cody to try to maybe get more points on the board?
I think you at least you try to drive for at least a field goal here. You can get 15 yards, pretty easy in this game. So, and he's moving the ball really easy. It doesn't look like he's getting any pressure. He doesn't look like he's rushed anything. He's just playing his game and it's working. So I think you keep going.
Drops back, takes away the deep routes, but that will be a quick drag route and a quick out of bounds decision by Harris there. Yeah, only took 4 seconds off the clock there. That's what you want to start this drive through LA against still 2 timeouts. I completely agree. Yeah, I'm going. Not
I mean,
ball.
he's seven.
Good.
Yeah, He's 7 for 7.
Yeah.
I mean, if his confidence isn't soaring right now, I don't know what would make it.
It's then Minnesota calls timeout, not liking the look. Yeah, I mean, like you said, if especially if you've got guys open downfield, yeah, if you're feeling good, if you're Tua, really have not been challenged yet on a pass play, so just do your thing. The only, obviously, not a ton of top line speed, but it's not going to matter here as he will take a seam shot, and that is a gunslinger dot right there. How quickly that ball got there. Already in field goal range is going to call a second timeout.
Yeah, I think with the game plan Cody has come out with, I think he realizes this is his shot to make the Super Bowl. I mean, not having to face little Alex in the playoffs, who has been his kryptonite in the playoffs each year.
Oh my goodness, as Tua takes a hit. That could have been a very, very rough situation there, but fortunately...
Hey, Connor.
Yes?
Did Cam just call you a bitch? Is that what I just heard?
I think he just called me trash. It's like oh yeah, whoever wins this game has a free shot at the Super Bowl now because Alex isn't there. I see you, Cam. No, I see you, Cam.
I'm just saying Cody has more fear of little Alex than you.
And why is that, Cam? Why does he have more fear?
I can't speak for Cody. I'm afraid of you whenever I play you. I mean, it's the same thing when I play Justin. You always get the hit sticks. I don't understand between you and Justin why I get hit sticks so much.
Dan too, man. Man, those hit sticks, like I get sucked into them. It's so frustrating.
And I fear Makers has room and gets, just like you mentioned there is the hit stick. But that's going to be a pretty easy field goal here for Johnny Hecker, and he will have a 10, assuming no block, he'll have a 10-point lead with ball heading at halftime. Cody has to be feeling real good about how this game's going.
Yeah, I mean, it's played perfectly into what Cody wants. I mean, a 10-point lead going into half, you get the ball, go up 17 going after first drive. I mean, that's kind of setting up for him to be a little bit more conservative on offense and forcing Dan to make the mistakes.
Absolutely, and Cody not even bothering to set his focuses here. Just we got the coach texting at halftime. We'll see what he's able to do here again. I mean, really, if he's able to score a touchdown at that point, 17-point game, 3-possession lead, we could really see Dan start to press. And other than Burns, I really just don't know. Like, it has been, like you said, Cam, it's just been the J.C. Burns show. And, I assume Cody's going to just to take that away. And I'll be really interested to see what Dan's plan B is here again. 24-14, L.A. with the ball, Minnesota preying on something here. A field goal, a turnover, something. Anything.
I mean, Cody hasn't shown that he's forcing anything, hasn't made any terrible reads. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like Dan hasn't pressured Cody into making a mistake, which Cody is prone to.
Yeah, he can occasionally make mistakes if you give him the opportunity to. This is a stretch play. Cam Akers, again, really nice reading of the lanes there. 11 rushes, 46 yards. Nothing explosive, but it just feels like whenever Cody needs those 4 or 5 yards, Akers is delivering pretty consistently here. Again, this is not the Bills' run D here. You can actually run on them, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, every single week I always set run inside, and then I'll focus on the pass game. That's what I do every week.
Love that. I do pretty much the same thing here. 2nd and 4, he will go again to the sideline. That's another first down here, and I don't know, like, what do you even do here for Minnesota? Like, you're going up against an opponent who, like, everything's working, passing game's efficient, running game's efficient, like, what would y'all even, like, do in Dan's shoes right now, defensively?
I mean, personally, I like to, if I'm in this position where nothing I'm doing is working, and the person you're playing against knows your tendencies, what you do in each down distance, is you basically throw your playbook out the window and just start calling random stuff.
Coach
Just
suggestions.
just try to confuse him. I mean, that's about all you can do at this point is give him a look he's not used to.
Yeah, you can run to base, you can do this or that, but I mean, I think Cody's a little ahead of that though.
Great
Good
usering
job.
there, although B is wide open. I mean, I think Dan did all he could there, really, with his user. Just too much time in the pocket, and that's another first down for these Rams. And yeah, unconventionality. Making Cody have to think post snap. That's really all you can do. And cover 4 palms is not a great play call, just in general.
Yeah, but Dan there was just trying to take away his number 1 read. He called that play. He did what he had to do. It's just without pressure. It's what are you gonna do? You just have to kind of hope for the best.
Yeah, if you don't get pressure against a user as good as Cody with Gunslinger, like, say goodbye. Like, that's it. Cam Akers there. Good initial stop there by this Vikings D-line, backing him up a yard. 3 double, but yeah, I think Dan's doing exactly what you're saying. That's a very unconventional play call as well.
And I mean, just kind of the way he brings all his defenders in the box and he hopes they can, like, drop back in coverage is kind of bitten him in the butt where he's getting people way out of position and Cody's kind of taking advantage of it.
Run on 2nd and 11. Interesting play call. Now it's going to be 3rd and long, and this is the one situation, like, you have to buckle down here for Minnesota. Like, this, if you can't get a stop here, I mean, I would say that on 3rd and 25 as well, but if you can't get a stop here, when are you going to get a stop during this game? This really is your biggest opportunity, and this is a classic play call here, red zone scissors, and I don't think he'll have it. Instead, vacates the middle, and that is wide to hell open. A.J. Brown, easy first down. Dan getting a little too cute with his user there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, red zone scissors is just one of those plays where it's like pretty busted to where you can get at least one person wide open depending on who the user takes. So it's like just forcing Dan to try to make that decision of who are you going to leave wide open.
It's Cam Akers able to make first tackle, then gets hit, stuck out of a weird animation there, takes it for gain of 5. And yeah, not only, is LA moving the ball here, not only do they have the ball in the red zone, but this is also taking quite a bit of time here, this drive. We're already, fully halfway through the 3rd quarter. 20 rushes, 10 passes. It doesn't feel like that's the case, but nice ground and pound game here from these LA Rams. As once again, he will drop back, 4-man rush. Has a whole bunch of guys open, goes to B. This is locked in and juking around a lot. I'd watch those hit sticks, but Dan not able to land one there, 1st and goal.
This is just the most wear Dan out drive.
Mm-hmm.
Basically force him to score 20 points in the 4th quarter and see how fast Dan can score. I mean, this is the exact drive anybody would want coming out of halftime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is everything Cody could possibly want. Here is Cam Akers fighting for his life. Touchdown, Rams. Goes up 3 scores.
I think Dan might have aggressive tackling on it, or his defenders are just really bad at tackling. I don't know what it is.
Dan has struggled, not as much as Austin, but Dan has struggled a little bit on the defensive side of the ball. This Madden, has been he's been asking for outside help. He's been doing a lot of stuff in terms of, like, trying to figure out how to get a stop. And that may be, obviously Cody's super locked in, but that may be part of what we're seeing as well. As, we saw Dan get super cute with the user. We saw him, kind of vacate some zones. And I don't know. This just, I wasn't expecting it to be this comprehensive of a win from Cody, but I think we're seeing why Cody was the 1 seed. He's just looking real composed, real locked in right now.
Yeah, I mean, Cody took a lot of force wins, so it's not like he's played a lot of Madden this season. So it's kind of like he's coming in fresh, whereas Dan had to kind of fight for that playoff spot, had to get to where
wheel route nearly intercepted by acrobat Jalen Ramsey. You gotta watch where that acrobat is. By far the best defensive ability in the game. Almost sealed it there for Cody.
I mean, at this point, Dan's looking for chunk plays. His offense is out of whack. He's going to be taking these shots, so it's like key in on Burns and just stop him.
Watch Burns. You can let other people get open here. As Kelman once again immediately rolls out. Again, the pocket presence is just not great, and then he walked out intercepted by Williams, and will this be a pick 6? Not even close, but that feels like game to me. A desperation heave all the way across the field. Up 17 with ball. And LA may have just signed their, or sealed their position, I should say, in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, I mean, this is just start to finish kind of been just utter domination from Cody, just offense and defense right
Look
now.
at that. Look at that. Reading the holes absolutely perfectly. He had, oh my God, Cam Akers. I mean, you can only run that play one way there to utilize the block in the way he did. And that was just, you know, again, I use the word again. This is comprehensive from Cody. He's really just been the best user ever since the first snap.
Yeah, it's just, I think Dan's at that point of realizing he's not going to make the stops.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's come down to where it's just try to make a play where you can make a play, but kind of understanding your fate in the game at this point with how dominant Cody's defense has been with like coverages and how he can just run the ball at will.
Absolutely. He's bringing Marcus May down, and now X is wide open again, getting way too cute with his user, gets decleated the ball at the 1 yard line, and we saw Morty exploit that too, you know, when Dan was really kind of dropping his strong safety down, the seam's just wide open there, and again, just, I don't know. It's too cute out of Dan, trying to do too much, and this QB sneak will be a walk-in touchdown. There it is.
Yeah, it's just, what, Tua's 13 for 13 now, I think.
I think so, yeah.
It's just, there's no answer to it. There's nothing, like, the bad play Cody's made has been an intentional grounding, which he then got a first down out of that drive anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, really we should have known once he converted that, you know, 3rd and 25, like, that was rough for Dan. Like, it really does feel like that was kind of, like, that was an omen, I should say, for how this game.
Yeah, it all started with that fumble early in the game, and you know, sometimes those little situations put you on tilt, and that very well could have happened with Dan.
Fumble, the interception where he double tapped A is Dalvin Cook. I'm surprised we're still seeing the run game. Honestly, that's a nice down hit.
I think he's
there.
just trying not to get Kellen Mond suspended next season.
He's not joking. I think that's exactly what he's doing.
I didn't think it was a joke. No, I'm just laughing. It's like it's tough that that's where we're at.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like now he has to. It's think about next season. Do I want to take that suspension?
I mean, he's had him wide open all play, and that is, oh my God, Jefferson. Not the first time we've seen a DB just not jump. Cody's not happy.
I mean, there's nothing you can do at that point. Madden decided that's going to be a catch. It's going to be a catch, so.
I swear, if you're down big, I swear Madden will like give you animation sometimes.
Rubber band effect. Same thing in Mario Kart.
Same thing in Mario Kart and Madden, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my! Nearly intercepted by Williams. Dan just seems. It's just not. He's just not playing like his normal stuff right now. And I mean, down 24. You know, we've all been there. Put your phones in the chat.
Yeah, Dan's just trying to get this game over with now.
I mean, I don't blame him. Get your 10 rushes and then just start airing it out. At this point, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, just chuck it. Just chuck it to Burns and see what you can do here. As Burns is not open, Kalaman will throw out a sack. Oh my God, Dalvin Cook. I mean, it's a loss of 1, but still kind of a weird animation there. Now 3rd and 7. Yeah, 17 waving goodbye. He knows what time it is. Wow, so my 2 color commentators putting their 4s in the chat. No one else wants to, huh? Y'all are some hoes. 3rd and 7 here again, 7:30 remaining. This game, effectively over here as he will drop back 4-man rush. Can come on. Nice read there. Justin Jefferson, touchdown Vikings.
I mean, that's a Dan read, a Dan pass, and that's kind of just what he's been missing. Is just those plays, and I think it's just a little too late.
How do we feel about picking Jefferson up and spinning him around there down 18?
Take his man card away.
Oh my gosh. 38-22. Technically a 2-possession game. So, you know, I guess I can't say it's completely over, but the way Cody's been playing, I mean, Dan needs a miracle at this point.
Yeah, Cody's going to bleed this clock.
At this point, if you're Cody, it's just run the ball. I mean, pass it when you have to, but Dan has shown that he can't stop you on the ground.
He really can't, and will he here? It's Cam Akers once again falling forward. And again, it's not the explosive runs, but it's the 4 or 5 yards consistently. That really has been kind of the engine that's driven this offense despite Tua's efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an explosive running game. It's just one that it's wearing you down every single play, every quarter. It becomes those were 2-yard rushes in the first quarter, then 3. And now he's getting 4 or 5 on them.
Absolutely, and that one gets stood up there. And again, you need to stop. You need to stop right now if you're Minnesota. Another third down opportunity. You have yet to stop LA on a drive. Will it be right now? And if he does get this stop, he is still in the game. So I shouldn't say the game's over yet. But again, history shows that Cody will probably convert this as the again continuing to bring a safety down. I don't love that, although I don't think he's going to get bit by it. Has RB. Watch out! Oh! Most intercepted, but that is the stop, the first incompletion, and maybe a little bit of life for Dan.
Yeah, I mean, on that play, I think Cody was just like, I'm just going to take the first down. Let's get it. He had the running back wide open for like a 50-yard gain. That play, the running back was late getting into the angle route, but since Dan pulled that,
oh, Lord Jesus. Oh! Jesus!
I'm with Cody there. Just a guy just died on the field.
Oh, my God. No injury there, and then you have Castle getting a dislocated shoulder, not touching anybody. I see you, Madden. 38-22.
Castle just needs to bulk up his shoulders a little bit more.
Maybe
Josh Allen's like, it needs to be my show now. So Josh Allen's out there with a crowbar.
Taking him out in play action. I like that, as he will take off Okay, that's... Taint, I might have to ban you from BLM. We can't be taking shots at my guys like that. All right, no response. Fair enough. First and 10, he will drop back. Again, not out of this game. He's going to have to lock in, though, as he... again, too late. I mean, he had the drag route really the entire play, but just... didn't go to it until the pressure was in his face.
Yeah, that looked like his fifth read on that play. He's waiting for a play to open up deep rather than take it short, get your yards right now. He's looking for those one-play touchdowns, which, I mean, you kind of have to at this point.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. He still does have some time, but yeah, he's just going to have to. So he does drop back again, drag wide open. Instead, he goes to the corner route, which is also wide open. And nice thought, they're able to get out of bounds. And again, I mean, if Minnesota is able to pull together even a little bit of a comeback here, I do have respect for Dan because he seemed down and out just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a one-possession game. I think Cody's at this point where if he doesn't get a chunk play touchdown, I think Cody's content with just wearing clock out and punting. So I think with this, Dan's going to make it a one-possession game.
Ramczyk goes down, former Saint. We traded him, and that's exactly why. Cannot stay on the field. First and goal here. 5 minutes remaining. I mean, again, you got 229 yards for Burns, but you get the touchdown here. You get the 2-point conversion. This game gets real interesting all of a sudden, and Cody may be feeling a little bit of pressure, really, for the first time all game. Once again, he will drop back. 4-man rush. Come on! Oh, my God! How is that not a pick?
That's a linebacker. Just no animations.
Yeah,
and that's
Jesus God.
The problem that we have this Madden.
And I think it was a low throw, too, which might have saved it from getting picked.
Whew, second and goal. Yeah, they have to fix the linebacker animations. Madden 23 is going to be real annoying if they don't. Here's, God scored touchdown, obviously. He will drop back. Once again, briefly had the middle open as they goes to the drag. 2 near interceptions. And again, Dan just not seeming fully locked in here, trying to make the comeback attempt.
You know what always happens after 2 almost interceptions? A touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
Yes,
it's a touchdown. If you drop an interception while you're on defense, you can guarantee there's a touchdown on that drive, or at least points scored.
As my stream buffers, I'll try to get that back to where y'all are at. Come on. Come on, Twitch. There we go. So he drops back, then fumbles again, and Levy for the second time today picks it up. Will he run out of stamina again? The big boy breaking tackles. Oh my God! What? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I love to see it.
Oh my God, that's gonna do it.
I honestly thought he was gonna make it once Burns missed that tackle, but Jefferson just came out of nowhere.
Jefferson ruined everything.
We need more fat
Oh
man
my god.
touchdowns.
We need
So 2 almost interceptions and then a fumble. What a 3-play little.
what a sequence. Oh my gosh. First and goal here again. We're not going to see Tua pass the ball again this game. I assume conservatives on to that all but does it. It's going to be Cody versus me in the NFC Championship game. I'm looking forward to it. That's my Miami brother right there.
I'm rooting for you, Connor.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think you're trash.
Unlike
I don't
Cam.
either. I don't think you're trash.
Okay.
I mean, in this season, I have only called one person trash, and that was Cody for his running attack against me. So technically, I called Cody trash more than I've called anybody else trash this season.
Oh my lord! Cam Akers will seal it for Cody. It will be again Rams Saints in the NFC Championship game. Congratulations to him. We'll get a game. We'll get a time schedule soon. Don't you worry, all.
Hey, Cam, when Connor leaves the booth, you could tell me how you really feel.
Okay.
Well, shit. 45-22. Again.
I mean, I have a question for you, Connor.
Yes.
How are you feeling going into this NFC Championship game?
I mean,
now knowing you're facing Cody.
Tough secondary I'm going against. Obviously, Cody's really good. He's got Gunslinger. I mean, if Cody plays like that, I'm going to be in trouble. But then again, I did also play well yesterday. I don't know. I think, like, if I repeat how I played yesterday, then I can beat anyone. The issue is, history shows that I'm probably not going to repeat that. So,
Nah, stick with your first one.
yeah, I'm dog walking him.
There we go, baby. Come
That's
on
what we need
now.
to hear. We need to hear the confidence.
56-3. Honestly.
Nice.
And take it. I want to see that now.
Well, he's kind of trash for letting Cody score 3 points, but it's cool. We'll take the W.
That's true. That's true.
It was a pity 3 points at the end of the game. Cody didn't want to shut it out, so he just took a field goal to end the game.
It's a 65-yarder.
Yeah, 65-yarder. No time left on the clock.
As Dalvin Cook's 7 rushes, we're probably going to see 3 more before this game's over.
By the way, guys, I am fighting hard. No punters can be field goal kickers next Madden.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we'll do that.
I mean, it's if we can't change quarterbacks' throwing motions, why can't we make punters kickers?
Dalvin Cook doing his... Oh, my God, Dalvin Cook. Yeah, just talk about this game real quick. I mean, it really was all Cody. Now, Dan showed a little bit of life there at the end, had, the opportunity to make it a one-possession game, but let's be real. From the first drive, Cody was just better, straight up.
And it's just one of those days. I mean, we all have it. You just come out and there's one person better than you from start to finish.
My wife's boyfriend.
So.
We've all been there. Well, not the wife part, but the being cheated on part. Yeah, we've all, 3rd and 15.
No, like I said pregame, like I just feel Cody. There's zero stress. I feel Dan's going into this all pumped up, ready to go. You saw the double tap. You saw a little bit. You saw the infamous Taint throw to the other side of the field blindly. Like you saw all that stuff that Cody didn't even think about, didn't even have to worry about. He just played his game and he got the outcome he wanted. I just feel like Dan came in kind of pumped up and Cody came in relaxed and gaming. I think that's what you need.
Very possible, yeah. I'll ask both of you real quick. We do have one more divisional round game. It's going to be the 2 Super Bowl champions of this cycle going up against each other. It's going to be Hero versus Steel. Cam, I'll ask you first. How do you expect that game to go? What's your prediction for that one? Oh, my God. Kellen Mond cannot hold on to the damn ball. But anyway, how do you think that game's going to go?
My prediction for that, I mean, I've got Austin winning that one. I mean, just the way Steele has played this season has given me zero hope for him. I mean, it's kind of relying on that escape artist set feet lead with Kyler Murray. And I think Austin's the one person who does the best taking that away from him and forcing him to stay in the pocket and trying to do something.
Taint, what do you think?
I would have 100% agreed with Cam until I believe I played Steel on week 15, week 16. And he played great. It wasn't all about running outside the pocket. He was sticking in there. He has the same amount of weapons on offense as Hero does. So I think it's going to be a lot closer than I would have originally thought, because I always feel like Austin's just gonna run it up on him. But I think Steele's going to give him a good fight, and I honestly don't know who's going to win. I'm going to go with the history and say that Austin is, but I think it's going to be a close one, just like the game earlier,
Yeah,
the Justin Austin game.
Yeah, we're unanimous here. I do think it's going to be Hero Austin taking it. It'll be a battle of the Austins in the AFC Championship game. I just think, I think Austin right now, getting the 1 seed, I think he looks a lot like he did those 2 Super Bowl runs. The AFC Championship game from last year concerns me, where Hero just, pretty comprehensively dog walk Steele in that game, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to be like that, but yeah, I got Hero taking it. But for now, not to belabor the point here, shout out to the LA Rams here, and we already got both of them in the booth. My goodness, big shout out to y'all. Cody, we'll start with you. A pretty comprehensive result here, 45-22. You will move on to, I believe, your 3rd NFC Championship game of the cycle. Talk to me, give me your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, felt really good all game. Obviously got a couple lucky breaks with the fumble early that that alone can give someone the momentum in this game. And then obviously, I don't know if you guys saw my reaction on stream. Like when Dan did the double tap interception, I literally was like shook, because I knew he was proud. That probably was like, made him sick to his stomach when it happened. And just as well as I was moving the ball, I'm sure he felt like this was going to be a tall task. I mean, I threw, I think, 1 incompletion with Tua. I ran the ball as efficient as I wanted to. I didn't think, I knew Dan was going to probably stack the box pretty well and make sure I couldn't bust off any like super big runs, but I just felt like if I could get 3 or 4 a pop and have an efficient passing game, then I was going to be really hard to stop. And defensively, I feel like it went pretty well. I mean, a couple of those times that I got those sacks that ended up as fumbles, I think was just ended up being some pretty good coverage sacks, with my secondary looking really good down the field, and being able to kind of, maybe cut off some of his first couple reads of my user. But I mean, tons of credit to Dan, because I mean, when he made it a 16-point game there or whatever, I was like, gosh dang it, this is why I should have played more aggressive. I was like, he's gonna fight his way back into this game somehow. Like the Austins and the Dans and the little Alexes of this league will do. But obviously got another sack fumble. Mond had a bit of a tough time holding on to the football today on those sacks, which is lucky for me, a bit unfortunate. Especially, that many fumbles out of your quarterback is kind of insane. But credit to Dan. I mean, he was dotting me up. I knew that was going to happen. And, there's a couple plays where he did get those big plays in me. And I kind of just said, I figured he's going to get those chunk plays, and I was just going to try to lock down in the red zone. And I think I got two fumble sacks in the red zone, which ended up being kind of some pretty big difference makers.
So my question is, when you play someone who as well as you play Dan, you know each other's schemes, you know each other's tendencies, you've played each other for many, many Maddens now. How do you, from an offensive perspective, how do you approach someone who knows this? Or do you just go with your, plan A, your preferred plays, and just say, stop me if you can? Or do you try to change things up, maybe get a little unconventional with what you try to do and try to have Dan kind of be on his heels?
Yeah, I think for me, I tried my best to just kind of do what I do what I can do. Mix in maybe just a couple things here and there. I feel like for the most part, people don't know me super well to be a guy that's gonna look at the seams, and I hit the seams a couple big times when I saw him kind of cheating the safety down. And I think that was Dan also, though, just reacting, thinking okay, there might be an angle route, there might be a kind of just a drag and an out route concept with his running back or something like that. Just that, everyone knows I, like to get Cam Akers involved in the pass game. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's doing your game as long as it's working and sprinkling in some other things, because that's going to help you get a couple big plays and get you down the field. But yeah, I guess I'll say there has been games where I played Dan or Austin or whoever, and I'm like, I just have to throw everything completely out the door. But my blocking was good today. I was not making any mistakes and passing super efficient, so I felt like I could just play my game, luckily.
Camby, got anything?
I mean, that, other than just, that was a great game start to finish. I mean, Dan threw everything at you. You had an answer to almost everything. It's just, my question for you is, we did have an argument in the booth where apparently I called Connor trash.
Apparently.
I never once called you trash. I said Cody was trash because he couldn't run the ball against me, but that is what I said. But like, what is your focus going into the next game against Connor?
Yeah, it's and I don't know that I have this answer, but it's finding a way to stop Josh Allen somehow. I mean, we've seen the trouble I had earlier this season with Josh Allen. We've seen the trouble I've had when I go and play Lamar and Little Alex. Gunslinger is very good, but Escape Artist is also very good, and and in some cases potentially better. It just depends on the scenario and whatnot, but. Yeah, I think it's trying to make sure Castle doesn't absolutely eat. We know Castle's going to get his, and then hopefully my speed on the edge can kind of keep Allen in the pocket. And I got to play a clean game. Past couple times I played Connor, I just did not play a clean game. Was throwing a lot of interceptions and all that kind of stuff. So got to play a clean game too.
Not fumbling on the first play will be a good start for you. I think it's happened the last 2 times we've played, which is tough. But Taint, I believe you have a chat question if you want to ask that.
Okay, I got a question from Shookter1.
Oh my God, Shook!
Are you feeling any pressure to make the Super Bowl since he's been in so many championships but struggled to make it to the Super Bowl? Huh?
Yeah, a little bit. It definitely, sucks too. I guess it's not 100% the same, but somewhat comparable to Little Alex. You consistently are making like the Super Bowl in his case, and then you keep losing. And so, yeah, definitely a little bit of pressure, but got to try to push that aside a little bit and just play my game like I've been saying. And go out there and do it. Love to, had one in 20, had one in 21. So would love to at some point in this cycle, get one so we can get one in 3 back-to-back Maddens, and might as well, while we're here, go ahead, while we're heading to the NFC Championship game, let's just go ahead and keep getting the job done.
And I wanted to ask above that is, with your free ride to the Super Bowl, who would you prefer to meet in the AFC? Would you rather have Austin, Hero, or Steele? What would be ideal for you?
Yeah, I mean, that you can flip a 3-sided coin on that one, to be honest with you. I mean, I have no clue. I mean, maybe my thought would be to go Hero, then Austin, and then Steele. I just don't like playing Escape Artist. I think I've been very vocal about that. So I think Steele maybe hasn't had the best season that he has had. Hero typically I've matched up pretty well against, but obviously that defense is crazy. He's a two-time champ. Like, he's a 2-time champ. For me to rank him first might be like a bit disrespectful, but then going on the same thing, Austin and I feel like have played each other like a million times, and him and I's games are always sweat fest. So, but yeah, I mean, flip a 3-sided coin, and neither game's gonna be easy.
All right, just to let you know, Connor said he's going to beat you 53-3, and you were going to get a 65-yard field goal with time expiring in the game, so you don't get shut out with your punt.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, we move on. That's gonna be a fun game. We move on now, of course, to Dan. Obviously, not the way you wanted your season to end, but still a really good season out of the Vikings. Able to win the North, able to get a playoff win over Morty before unfortunately falling in this divisional round. Dan, give me your overall thoughts on the game before we move to questions. I mean, you don't have to give me your thoughts. It's up to you.
Did you hear him kind of swinging? I don't know. There he is.
Oh, Jesus.
Daniel!
Get off the bridge!
Dan! I love you, Dan!
Cody, will you give me your thoughts on the game from Dan's perspective?
I thought Cody played a great game offensively. I mean, that was, obviously took a couple hard breaks. Oh, hey, Dan.
There we go. Okay.
My Discord wasn't working for a second. Maybe I had to take off my headphones or whatever. But so you asked about my thoughts on the game.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, congrats to Cody. He played great. He generally plays well against me. He matches up well against me in the past. So I expect him to play great today. And whatever I say over the next 3 minutes, it takes nothing away from Kobe's performance. It's just general gripes about, the game we play. So if you were to look, like the Daddy Leagues might have been already posted or whatever. If you were to not watch this game and look at that stat line and look at that score line, you would say, wow, Dan really played terrible. He shit the bed. He played so bad, and honestly, that couldn't be further from the truth. And I think I just feel like with the team just matters so much in this game, with the way they design this game, with the abilities and stuff like that, that I'm just playing a totally different video game than my opponent is. It's like I'm on a totally different difficulty level and everything like that. And also I apologize if I meant to say I apologize if I get on a little CMAS energy, like CMAS TTE energy on this broadcast, but I thought I played really well. Now, I wouldn't say I outplayed Cody. I wouldn't go as far as him. I wouldn't say I outplayed Cody. But I thought I played almost to that level. I definitely made some mistakes early on in the game. You talked about the double tap of A. That was because I could not snap the ball. It like froze for a second. So I was like, can we snap it? Can we snap it? Can we snap it? And then maybe it's bad awareness for me to like spam A on a under center pass play. You know how that goes. So that was unfortunate. And I knew the second I got a turnover, I knew it was going to be a complete uphill battle because it's just impossible to stop. But you're playing Madden 22 where defense is impossible in the first place. And then you got a good opponent who's got Gunslinger that just, as long as he makes, a decent decision, you can't stop him. It's just impossible. So I thought I played well defensively, well enough that I feel like I could have gotten some stops in the absence of Gunslinger. I would have loved to see what this game looked like without that kind of easy mode, but I'm not too salty about that, but it's just the way the game is. So, you can't complain too much. You just got to complain about the game, right? Like we always do. But I thought I played really well. I was playing really well lately. I've been really feeling myself, thinking that, hey, maybe I could get a run in. Maybe I could beat Morty, I could beat Cody. I felt just really confident, especially on offense. I feel like I was moving the ball really well in the late part of the season. And I thought I played really well today. I was throwing some dots and dots and dimes and everything. And as Cody said, it was just like a really unfortunate couple of strip sacks. Like if Mon held on to the football, maybe it would have been a different game. But you got to give props on those coverage sacks because Cody definitely backed up my reads. But yeah, it was unfortunate that those happened. And I think I threw another interception, but I was like really desperate, and I was on kind of my Justin energy. I saw some guy with nobody around him. I said, let me throw it to him across the field. And I see Justin complete them all the time. He's 100% on those kind of reads. But I guess when anyone else does them, they don't. A DB somehow comes out of the middle of nowhere and picks it off. But good game to Cody. I'm a little bit, it's a little bit sour taste, but I know that they don't call me the best GM in the world, and maybe there's a lot I should have done with this team to make it better. I think maybe if I had a good GM with me and built a good team, something that I struggle with, maybe I could be a better contender in this game because the team matters so much, and when you have OP players on the other side of the field, it's just like it's like climbing Mount Everest. It's just such an uphill climb, and it's not impossible to win. You can definitely win, but man, you have to pray that your opponent is making mistakes, which Cody didn't make many mistakes today, so props to him, and that's why he's moving on. But sorry guys, my long-winded thing, but just had to say how I felt.
Hey, listen, the mic is yours, you do you. We have 5 users remaining in the playoffs now. All 5 of us have some type of easy mode ability on our quarterback. I'm including Baker's set feet lead in that, even though obviously, Hero won a couple Super Bowls before he got that. If the state of play, if the state of Madden is the same way in Madden 23, where, those abilities are similarly overpowered, what do you think we should do about them heading into the next cycle?
I don't know. I mean, we've had plenty of discussions about that. I think people would not be happy if you took those things away, but definitely some kind of AP system would be awesome. That would be a great That would have been a great, thing if they added that to franchise and you can customize it. But EA, they don't care about us, so
Nah.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, Escape Artist definitely terrible as OP. Gunslinger, Gunslinger was OP last year, but you know what? Defense is worse this year, so it's even more glaring when you have it. So, what are you gonna do? It's tough, but it's just the state of the game right now. And I was thinking during my game, like, hey, maybe I really struggled season 3, and that's why I couldn't get X Factor with Kellen Mond. Couldn't even get a Pro Bowl ballot. So, I said to myself, man, maybe if I play a little bit better, maybe he'd get X Factor, and maybe I'd have some good ability with him. But I just, it was it wasn't in the cards for me. So, just got to live without it and play your best. And I thought I played well, but obviously not good enough. Not good enough to beat a guy like Cody. And I'll just say, I really thought Cody was going to win the Super Bowl when he got Gunslinger. I thought it was going to be Cody versus Austin, and I think it's really going to shape out that way.
Oh,
The way I'm looking at it right now, we'll see how it goes. But
I'm just getting shat on there. No, it's fine. That's fine. Keep going.
no, that's all I have to say. But yeah, I got his NFC Championship opponent in this chat. Just realized that. But
yeah. No, it's okay. Cam, do you have any questions for Dan?
I mean, you played as good as you could play before EA'd, and I mean, you 100% have a gripe for like the strip sacks and that type of thing, to where it's like he was standing still in the pocket and all of a sudden strip sack. I've had that so many times happen this Madden. But my main question is, like, after those 2 costly red zone turnovers, did it just turn into I need to throw everything out of the playbook and I need to start pressing, or was it try to stick with what I do best and try to claw my way back in this game, whether EA wants me to or not?
Well, I always consider myself someone that will always claw his way back into the game, even if the odds are stacked against. If the win isn't in the cards, at least we'll go out and go down with a fight. I've always had that kind of mentality. But no, it was really deflating when I got those turnovers, because I knew that it was going to be borderline impossible for Cody to fumble or for Cody to get a turnover. I guess the only prayer I had was maybe there would be some fumble on my end. Maybe I could get Cam Akers to cough the ball up, or maybe a strip sack on my side. But because I felt like, there's no way he's going to throw an interception. My DBs aren't good enough, and he's just got the God ability. There were some times where I thought maybe there could have been a play the DB could make, but he just couldn't make it in time because the ball moved in so fast. So, there's literally nothing you could do. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I played perfect on defense. Like, there was some plays I definitely would have back, like the 3rd and forever. Didn't really set my zone drop, so, that was a real bad mistake on my part. But, yeah, I don't know. I was really discouraged, to answer your question, and I felt like my chances of winning were really dim. But we're always going to fight. We're always going to compete. We're always going to fight down to the end.
Love that. Taint, do you have any questions for Dan?
Yeah, I guess I saw the game a little different from you. I don't think you got EA'd as much. The fumble hurt in the beginning, the double pump, the throw across the field, like it was mistakes that Cody wasn't making, and I think he threw for 92% completion percentage. I feel like maybe he had the better roster, maybe better user skill, maybe both, but I just feel like you did good hanging in there, but like you said, there was no answer to his offense, and there was nothing you could do. And if you made that mistake, it was over. The fumbles did come, and those hurt later, but I kind of feel like Cody had it kind of set up there. I guess I don't really even have a question. I just kind of was listening, and I give more credit to Cody than EA that I'm kind of hearing from the guys. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna say that I played better than Cody. I'm not gonna say CMAS versus Justin. Oh, I outplayed him and everything like that. No. He played better. He played better for sure. The score line definitely would have been a lot different if I felt like, the abilities and the teams were on a little bit better scale. You know what I mean? Especially that across the field ball probably gets completed with Gunslinger. That's just those are just the
It's
little
possible.
things that
Yeah,
you
you're not
get
wrong there.
when you have those god abilities.
You're right. And we've seen it all cycle. We've seen these guys with mediocre records get their stuff. I mean, Cody's not one of them. I give him credit for that. He's always been there. But same with little Alex. And but we've seen like the guys rise up once they've gotten those abilities. So it's very clear that those are very important. AKA Connor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cody, any final thoughts on this game before I go cry?
It was a great game out of Dan. I agree with everything he said. I mean, he really did play a good game. Just came down to the fumbles. Really, it came down to the fumbles. Came down to I was really hard to stop on. My offense was really hard to stop. But Dan did play. Yeah, Dan did play a great game. The score and the stats might look like it wasn't, but it definitely was a great game out of him. Looking forward to playing you, Connor. I did think of this is really random. So like in that so I did something a little bit uncharacteristic. So that play right before the 2-minute warning before halftime, I think it was. I came out in a formation and called a play. And I was not planning on going for it, but I came out and called like a power O. And Dan had shifted his D line over to the right, assuming that I was gonna like maybe do a quick inside zone. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? Everything points to that this should probably work. And then luckily it ended up working. But I was fully planning on just like calling a play and then just waiting for it to go down and call the field goal. But I saw something I liked on defense and then ended up working pretty well. So yeah, I think like that type of aggressiveness helped me in different spots throughout the game. But looking forward to playing you, Connor. I hope I don't fumble on my first drive, and I hope I don't get dog walked.
I hope I'm not just all team with EA. Shout out to my co-host on that one. Yes, congrats, Cody, on your big win over Dan. It will be you versus me in the NFC Championship. We'll get that scheduled, I guess. Are you free on Wednesday? What's your availability on Wednesday?
I should be free tomorrow.
All right. Well, sounds like that's when the NFC Championship's going to be. But congrats to Cody. A comprehensive 45-22 win over Dan's Minnesota Vikings. He will be back, I'm sure, in this position next year. Thanks to Cam. Thanks to Taint. It's been a great booth as always. I'm just going to go cry. See y'all.